here's the thing. For everybody listening, don't make the same mistake the Bengals just did in any facet of your life.
People are going to get hurt. It's the hockey season.
What about the Jared Cook play on the sideline?
I was very tempted to just put defense.
I'm saying it right now. If Anthony Davis is out for the playoffs, they don't make it out of the first round.
Come on, Austin and I've been saying this ever since Joe Burrow got injured.
I don't really think the Dodgers are going to make the World Series this year. I feel like they'll make it to the NLCS.
The Fernando Tatis extension, because that really surprised me.
Like you said, Ovechkin, he's getting older. He hasn't been playing as well as I imagined. He's one of the greatest goal scorers of all time, but he hasn't started off this season as hot as I would hope.
Hi, I'm Jeff Allen, and you're listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NBA Opinions of the Week. We've had a couple recently, but I was texting Austin. I almost had to retract this video based on what almost happened in Game 6, but Derek White saved the ending, and the man that cares about endings, Austin.
I do. I think I've talked about that. I think I talked about that in one of the interviews we did. Is that where we? That's where I talked about it.
You also
muted.
talked
Oh,
about
wait, no, you're not. What do you say?
hated. You've talked about it in multiple. You've talked about it in games. You hate the ending. That might even be a quote on a liner. Can't remember. Because you didn't like the ending for the Bills Chiefs.
Yeah, because it was very not getting to see the Bills with the ball ruin the game for me, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I understand. And I'm curious. I was texting you about this. I would have been very mad if how Game 6 ended with those free throws.
Yeah, was it a foul? Yes, I think it was because you can't push the guy. But it would have been a very subpar ending, and it ended amazingly.
Oh, yes. Ending saved it. I was like, please, I don't. And it got changed because the Celtics challenged. So they're like, well, he was actually shooting a three. And I'm like, that's dumb.
It was a three, though.
But it was a three. But that just annoyed me. I'm like, that's annoying. I don't want to end it like this. And of course, Jimmy Butler hit his free throws. But man, Derek White has been incredible. And wasn't that trade Josh Richardson and a second-round pick from the Celtics for Derek White? Or was it someone else?
Say again the trade.
Wasn't Josh Richardson traded from the Celtics with a second-round pick for Derek White from the Spurs? Yes. Oh, no, I was wrong. San Antonio sent its star guard to Boston in exchange for Josh Richardson, Romeo Langford, and a 2022 first-round pick. Okay, I was wrong. But that's a pretty good. It's just a good roster, which I think I've just talked about it way too much. But I'm going to talk about it again. Derek White is probably the fourth best guard on this Celtics team.
Yes. I mean, it depends if you count Brown as a guard.
I think Brown's a guard, but I'm thinking Marcus Smart and Malcolm Brogdon.
And then Brown is a guard, and then Derek White. Brown could be seen as small forward, and then sometimes Tate plays power forward. It really just depends on how the team is aligned. But White's either the third or fourth best guard. And him being in that moment, what a play. Because he was I don't know if you realize this, Kevin, but he passed him the ball. He passed the ball to Smart and ran right to the rim.
Yeah. I was like, why is Smart doing that? And I was like, oh my gosh, they still have time. And I was like, oh my gosh, he got it off in time, which was incredible. And then I saw on Twitter, people are complaining about them adding extra time.
I don't see it. I don't. I think they did it right. And even if it's 0.1 seconds off, that's not on. I don't get how that's on the league. Like, there's no anticipation that exactly is what's going to happen. And I don't know why Stan Van Gundy and all the announcers during the game didn't think it was good. Because I was watching the game with my dad, and after Derek White put it in, I'm like, they won the game. That counts. That was good. It was clear in my mind. It was clear.
For all the problems with the NBA, the thing that they have right is they have big red flashing lights and a buzzer if you announce when the shot clock ends.
Or when the game clock in this
Or when the
instance
game ends. Because I saw it, I'm like, and even in the replay, it was clearly obvious. You see red, it goes up, leaves his fingers, still hits the backboard, and then it hits red. But yeah, I understand. I share your sentiment. It was easy to tell.
Yeah, I thought it was clear, and I was shocked, amazed. Best NBA game of the year?
Yes. Well, no.
What would
Mine's
you
a
put
biased one. Knicks. The Luka.
Oh. That's because you were at the game, probably.
But also, it was incredible. But yeah, this one has made it incredible. And it's become a great series, even though some games have been blowouts. Do you agree? Or
let's just Game 7s have not been all that competitive, and this is the third Game 7, and the second one that's included the Celtics. Let's hope for a close one. Do we want to do predictions who we think's gonna win?
I was gonna save that for a little bit. I kind of want to talk about the historicness of this comeback because the Celtics. I'm applauding the Celtics because they were said, "Don't let us get one." They got one, and now they forced a game 7. Even when they all thought I don't care what they said. They probably all thought their season was over when Marcus Smart missed it, but Derek White saved it. And I'm just not sure. Yeah, maybe we'll go into predictions, but let's talk about historic. This has the chance to be an historic series.
100%. What team was up 3-0 and allowed a team to go to Game 7 against them? So the Portland Trailblazers,
yes,
in 2003, were down 3-0 and forced a Game 7 against
the Dallas Mavericks.
Yes. Did you know that, or were you guessing it because
I saw that stat? I did not know before, but I saw that stat. I was like, wow, okay. And then there was also the Knicks versus Rochester in 1951.
Yeah, and there's another one that I think happened in the 80s or 70s.
Yes. So it's only we've seen it more in hockey, which we've talked about. It's just incredible. And the problem to me is, which I'll say my prediction, then you can say yours. I think the Celtics I think the teams run out of steam. And so I think that's going to happen to the Celtics. I think the Heat are going to do it. And it also leans into that's such an emotional win. How does Joe Mazzulla keep his team focused?
I think of it the exact opposite. I think the Celtics win because it was an emotional win. Because the Heat, it's such a demoralizing loss. All the fans going crazy. All the fans going crazy. We won, we won, we won. But you didn't. I think the Celtics win in a hard-fought game, probably by less than 10 points. And we see the first 3-0 comeback in NBA history. And that would mean that Boston has the only 3-0 comeback in the MLB and the NBA.
Ooh, that would be good. That would be crazy. Yeah, I had a feeling you and I would disagree heavily, which is why I wanted to do this video. Because I understand why the Celtics, and they could do it. But I just think the Heat are going to pull it off. And I'm just not sure if the Celtics can do it. However, it's a Game 7. Anything can happen. We'll have to see.
Oh, I expect it to be hard fought. Jimmy has to perform better. We have a close friend that is very, very high on Jimmy, and if he thinks Jimmy's better than some of the players he says he's better than, he can't be shooting 5 for 20.
His confidence is shaken. It is. He was like, man, dude, I thought he'd play better. But he didn't. We'll have to see. And this goes back to, I'm going to harp on this again. Jason Tatum had an incredible first half. Maybe not incredible. He had a great first half.
Yeah.
Second half, he struggled. How does Tatum play? How does Brown play? I'm very interested. How does Jimmy play too? But Jimmy's going to need help. Okay, so you and I are disagreeing. I'm going Heat. I'm thinking it's going to be a blowout. We'll see. But I'm thinking the Heat pull it off some way. I just think the Celtics are going to run out of steam.
Okay. Well, I'll go Celtics in a close game. Home court advantage, I do think partially matters, even though they don't have the best home record. But I think it's more because that's such an emotional loss. We saw the looks on all the Heat faces after what happened, and I wouldn't be shocked if this is the end of their season.
Yeah, and oh man, we'll have to talk about what happens, which we will. And that's all we got. Thank you for listening to Outsiders Opinions.